Hello 5D students, it's another week. In the past week, 22 of you submitted your work, which was improvements, so please keep it up. So for this week, you have 3 tasks, okay? The first task is to read some good work from Alexia, James, Riven, and Wasim, and they all gave me very interesting comics, and they described and explained the messages very well. So when you have time, please read the comics. And for other students, I already gave you some individual comments. If you still have any confusion or questions, you can always text me or give me a call. Now, the second task is to read a reading article and answer the question. So now let's read the article. This is about eat-at-home habits. So in the past months, because of the coronavirus, we cannot go places. So do you eat at home usually, or you still eat out? Okay, so this article is titled Deliveroo, Foodpanda enjoy brisk orders in Hong Kong as coronavirus scare entrenches eat-at-home habits. Okay, I believe all of you have heard about Deliveroo and Foodpanda, or some of you even worked for these companies. So when you read this very short article, you will know what's going on. So I won't go through this with you, but I would like to go to the questions together with you. So this time you're required to answer either questions 1 and 2 or question 3 only. So make sure you answer the right questions, like what we've been doing in news commentary, and the total marks would be 9. Okay, so the first question is very straightforward. What are the causes of the rising demand for food deliveries in Hong Kong? And it carries 3 marks only, so I would like very straightforward answers, talking about the reasons why there's an increasing demand for food deliveries, but focus in Hong Kong. Okay, so question 2, how do food deliveries affect Hong Kong people's quality of life in social, economic, and environmental aspects? Sorry, letter S is missing here. So the question carries 6 marks. So I would like to see 3 paragraphs in 3 different aspects concerning how food deliveries affects Hong Kong people's quality of life. So when it comes to quality of life, you have to recall your memories about the definition of it. Okay, so another straightforward question. These 2 questions, 1 and 2, cater for students of lower capability. So if you think that I'm a high-level student, I'm more capable, you can try question 3. How does technological advancement facilitate sharing economy? So what is sharing economy? Please check it online. Okay, I can give you a hint. Airbnb, Uber are examples of sharing economy. Okay, and you have to give examples to support your answers. So the question is asking you the relationship between technological advancements and sharing economy, and it carries 9 marks. I would like more in-depth answers. Okay, so this time I would like you to challenge yourself by answering question 3. But if you think that, oh, I can't make it, I don't understand the question at all, I cannot think of anything to answer, then it doesn't matter. You can still stick to questions 1 and 2. Okay, and at the bottom of the file, you can see some supplementary reading and video. Okay, so I would advise you to read every single article and watch the video clips before you really answer the question you choose. Okay, so this is the reading article. Before we end this video, I would like to go through assignment 1 with you. Okay, still remember the comics I gave you last time about fake news, about people holding their mobile phones, going to buy the toilet rolls, toiletries, and daily necessities. Okay, so the question asks you to explain the phenomenon shown in source B. And there's a very common mistake among all of you, or I would say the majority of you. Some of you actually gave me 2 phenomenon. Now, this is an example from one of our classmates. The first topic sentence said, the first phenomenon is sharing fake news globally about the pandemic situation. Moving on to second paragraph, the second phenomenon is panic buying. So altogether, the students gave me 2 phenomenon. However, whenever you are asked to explain the phenomenon, okay, only 1 phenomenon is usually required. okay? But you have to use 2 or 3 paragraphs to back you up. So obviously for this comic, the phenomenon is panic buying. And you have to explain why it showed panic buying, or why there would be a panic buying. Okay, obviously people are under the influence of the mass media about the situation, and they're under the influence of Instagram, Facebook, those social media platforms. And the second reason is they're afraid that the pandemic would last, and they have to stockpile the daily necessities that they really need to buy. Okay, so these are the explanations of the phenomenon. So I would say that most of you did really well, apart from giving me 2 phenomenon. Okay, you got all the information correct, you got all the related concepts, you got all the examples clearly written. So what you need to do is to restructure your paragraphs to get all the 6 marks. Okay, so on the whole, I am impressed by your work in the past week. So this week, the total mark would be 19. 9 marks go to the reading article, your questions, your answers, okay? And the other 10 would go to how punctual you are in turning in your work, okay? So this week is supposed to be our Easter holidays, but you still have to work, okay? And starting from next Monday, as I mentioned, we would start doing online instant lesson, that is Zoom, okay? So if you have questions, if you have any comments, or you want someone to talk to, you can always give me a call, okay? Until next time, thank you very much for watching this, and please take care. Goodbye.